Hey guys, Tosin here with a Mage guide. This time it's 2v2 Mage Rogue mirror matches. Now, of course, Mage Rogue is a pretty popular comp and it's extremely fun to play, and if you're playing it, you'll probably run into mirror matches fairly often. Now, considering you're playing the exact same comp, there's really no comp advantages or disadvantages that come into effect, so it usually boils down to just who plays better. Of course, there are always some luck factors, but usually the better team wins. Alright, so first off, we'll go over some general stuff, like who to target. Now, the mage should be your main target, and the reason is because rogues are generally a bit more slippery. They can get away and recuperate a lot, even if you have a bleed on them and such. They're just generally harder to finish off. Whereas a mage is fairly easy to kill with a rogue and a mage. Everybody on this team is pretty fragile, but mage is definitely a bit more fragile than rogue. And the plus side to training the mage is that you shut him down very much and, you know, kind of prevent some of those ridiculous shatters that we all know and love. Cough, cough. When you train the rogue, you don't really prevent as much damage as you do when you train the mage. And because of the mage armor option, your CC will typically last longer on the rogue than the mage, so you get a little more out of your CC that way too. Now, this ends up being a very chaotic fight because of how much you have to multitask, but that also makes it very fun. You want to be CCing the rogue as much as possible, of course, but you also want to squeeze in as much damage on the enemy mage as you can. You know, whenever you get Fingers of Frost procs, use your pet freeze on cooldown to get those procs, and throw some Ice Lances at them to help your rogue kill their mage. But you also have to pay attention to a lot of things, like does the rogue still have his trinket? Does he still have cloak? When the rogue uses cloak, you can't just ignore him and try to DPS the mage. You have to pay attention to the fact that the rogue has cloak and will probably do tons of damage to you. So you have to simultaneously damage the mage and avoid as much damage as possible on yourself. Now, although I said the better team typically wins, a lot of the time it can literally boil down to a single mistake. So you have to be very careful. Now, when I say avoid damage, I mean literally avoid it. Like, don't take damage and then ice block when you get low. That's very dangerous because then it'll take 1 or 2 ice lances if you ice block when you're low. Note how we get an ideal opener on this mage, and watch how he ice blocks the opener because he sees he's going to get shattered and probably ambushed or garrote ambushed or backstabbed. He's going to ice block really early, and this is smart. He did this and now he's 100% health. If he would have waited till he got 50% ice blocked, it'd make the fight much easier on us. Now notice how I'm going to basically do the same thing. I see the rogue vanish and he's coming right toward me, so I'm going to ice block the very second he cheap shots me. I don't even want to give him enough time to get a single backstab or ambush because that could easily be 15-20% of my health or so. Alright, now we'll go through the play-by-play and I'll try to break down our decision making and what choices we make to help us win these fights and why they're good choices. Now, when you fight the same team over and over in a mirror match, there's a game mages play with each other, which is let's see who can go invisible latest. And this is because whoever goes invisibility first will come out of invisibility first and will be vulnerable to sap. But sometimes if they invis really late like this, you can punish them by having a rogue sprint in and sap him just before he goes invis. This is an ideal opener and it rarely goes this way, but I'll show you plenty of fights without an ideal opener. Alright, so after we open on him, we get him to ice block early, and I dropped a Ring of Frost because I know the rogue is going to come out and potentially catch him in it. So I get garroted, but I do run through the Ring of Frost, and the rogue is forced to use Cloak of Shadows very early because of the Ring of Frost. He does not want to get caught in that, because then if he gets caught in it, he has to trinket, and then he gets into a full blind, etc. Now I get kidney shotted, and I blink out of it instantly, and I guess the mage tried to silence me so I couldn't blink, but it was diminished from garrote anyway. So I ice block the opener again because I want to avoid as much damage as possible, and the enemy rogue drops a smoke bomb on me. Not a big deal. I tell my rogue to go and blind him now. This is a perfect opportunity for him to use his blind, which will almost definitely force the rogue to trinket every time. So I try to Cone of Cold him. Apparently it does nothing. Now I try to Nova him because I don't have a Fingers of Frost proc and I just want to deep freeze him, but he does vanish again, so now he has no more vanishes. I get garroted, but it's totally diminished. I pet Nova him for Fingers of Frost, and then I deep freeze him. So now you have to remember to keep track of your enemy's cooldowns. I know the rogue has vanished twice already, and I know he trinketed my rogue's blind. And you can also see on interrupt bar that the mage's counterspell is also on cooldown, so I know there was really no way for him to interrupt this polymorph cast on the rogue. So I got a full polymorph on the rogue, and now we have an extreme advantage. And the enemy mage knows this. While his teammate CC'd, he's going to get screwed, so he ice blocks. Now, because the mage's counterspell is back up, instead of re-sheeping the rogue, I don't want to, you know, start casting a polymorph and then have the mage come out of his ice block and counterspell me on my arcane tree. So instead, I just drop a Ring of Frost on the rogue to re-CC him, without the risk of getting locked out on my arcane tree. And it's basically over at this point. The rogue has absolutely no more cooldowns left except the smoke bomb, and I can just ice block. Now in this next match, I'm the one who gets sapped this time. And I guess he's just waiting for his mage to get into position while my rogue desperately looks around for their rogue or waits for their mage to open. Then I get resapped and he's about to garrote me. Now I'm going to kind of hop away because I know he's usually going to want to garrote me into like a kidney shot. Now moving around like this a lot is when they garrote you is really good because a lot of the time you fight people who don't have really good latency and you can really screw them like this. He probably wanted to kidney shot me there. Now I do ice block here because I want to avoid as much damage as I can and hopefully buy my rogue time to do something. So they blind my rogue immediately and he trinkets and he's putting on some hurt on the enemy mage with a garrote kidney shot. Now I would like to take a moment to point out the mistake that the enemy mage makes here. You do not want to tank a garrote plus kidney shot combo. Of course the kidney shot is just to keep you still while they beat the crap out of you, but the garrote prevents you from blinking, as you know, and this combo typically means you're going to take a crap ton of damage, and there's no reason to not ice block it or trinket it. You always want to trinket or ice block a garrote kidney shot combo. That is easily the scariest moment in the fight when that happens to you, so trinket it or ice block it. So my rogue just blinded their rogue, and their rogue trinketed, so I come out of my ice block and I Nova him, and I know he's pretty much going to vanish, so then I immediately pet Nova him. You have to predict those things. They're pretty obvious. The rogue is basically going to spam cooldowns on you. Then the enemy rogue cloaks out of the Nova and shadow dances. Luckily my rogue cheap shots him, and knowing he has no trinket, he also follows it up with a gouge, and this totally screws his shadow dance. And then I sheep him out of the gouge. Keep in mind, saps, gouges, and sheeps all share the same diminishing return, so it's only a half sheep, and the reason the mage didn't counterspell me is because he was garroted. Now you can't just tunnel vision the mage while you're doing this. See, I'm getting my ice lances in when I can, getting as much damage in as I can, but don't forget about the rogue. As you can see, I immediately turn around and Cone of Cold him because I knew my polymorph was only going to last 4 seconds. And now he's using his last vanish. He has no more vanishes or Cloak of Shadows to get out of roots from now on. But then he garrotes me on his opener and I immediately trinket it so I can Nova him again. Even if he kidney shotted me right when I trinketed the garrote, it doesn't matter because I can blink out of it if I'm not silenced. So then I deep and sheep him again while the mage is out of line of sight. He can't counterspell me on this. It's only going to be a 2-second sheep, but the mage is basically about to die and the fight's already won. So it's all the time I need. So I blink over, pet Nova him, and bam, he's dead. Alright, so I'm going to reiterate these same principles and then show you some more clips at normal speed with Skype so you can see the principles in action. Firstly, predict and avoid bursts. If you see yourself getting shattered or you're in like a, kidney shot garrote combo and the rogue is dancing on you, it's always safer to just ice block. Because if you lose half of your health and then ice block, it's more likely that you're gonna die after that ice block ends before you get to block a second time. Remember, it's not a waste of an ice block if you use it at 100% health as long as you prevented a lot of damage. And then of course, CC the rogue as much as you can. You also want to keep track of his cooldowns while you're CCing him so you know what to expect. Don't get caught off guard. If you Frost Nova the rogue, of course he's going to vanish if he hasn't used both of them yet, or he's going to cloak out of it. If you anticipate it like that, then you can react to it more quickly and avoid damage more easily. If you deep freeze the rogue and he hasn't trinketed yet, don't assume he's going to stand there and not trinket it and let you cast a polymorph right in his face. He'll probably trinket it and kick you. So keep track of his trinket. That's very important. I like to have my rogue blind their rogue really early. That way it can force a trinket and then I can just CC him whenever I want. And last but not least, don't lose sight of the rogue. Just because you polymorphed him, a few seconds ago doesn't mean you can forget about him. Right when your polymorph ends, do something to keep him in combat. If you let him come out of a sheep or a blind or something and just re-stealth on you, that's the same as giving him a free vanish. And giving the enemy rogue a free opener can definitely cost you a game. Now for your enjoyment and so you can learn more about the matchup, I will play clips with Skype at full speed.
Shit. Mage rogue. Walking into the sap. Might get it. I'm gonna get it.
I just locked him out. I might have locked him out on his blizzard.
Just go for it. Just go. Smoke bombing.
Deep in this rogue. Sheeping him.
I'm gonna eat this blind. It's 2 seconds left. There's no reason not to.
Okay.
Into a deep. It's fine. I'm immune to everything and I have trinket now.
Juke to CS.
Stop the rogue.
It was DR'd totally, but whatever.
Yeah, but whatever. I mean, it's not like I went out of my way to do it. I have cloak, trinket, and blind left. Team, is he gonna invis? I don't really want to sprint. Yep, there he is.
He's about to come out of invis.
Crow.
I'm sapped. God damn it.
Cheap vanish the cheap shot.
I'm gonna deep that rogue. Nope, vanished.
Smoke bomb.
Deeping this rogue? Nope, he fucking cloaked.
I'm gonna blind him, play him. Smoking and sprinting after this guy.
Cheaping the rogue.
He counterspelled me. You can free cast all day, baby. I'm gonna deep in stealth. I mean, he's gonna get a block off, I think. Maybe not.
No.
1 second left.
He went invis after me.
Yeah.
I'm gonna try to. I kind of want to know them out, but
No, we're not worth it. Just wait. Good max time, because I don't think he has time to even get a shatter off out of his invis, because it's only like, what, 1.5 seconds after
I don't
you?
know. But he's gonna sap me. No, it's about 2 or 3 seconds. Mine's ending now. And the pillars went down. God damn it.
Good map, boys.
Alright, mages have crossed the map. I'm gonna sap the mage.
Okay. I'm sapped.
Opening.
I'm blocking his opener.
Okay, well, no.
Oh, he didn't open on me. Shit.
Smoke bombing on you. He deed me.
I got counterspelled.
I'm gonna blind the rogue.
Okay. Deeping the rogue and then. Oh god.
Disarmed him.
Sheeping him.
Okay,
Oh, yeah.
it's fine. Alright, it's full, right? Yeah.
Yeah. Fucking cat jumped on my lap during that. It was so annoying.
Maybe cat.
Yeah, Jensen's cat.
When you play on Forgat, you normally have like 3
I'm
or
going
4.
over to the road. The rogue's sprinting out. I'm not gonna go. Alright, go. Gonna open on him.
Yep. I got him right there. Sheeping the mage.
Shit, vanished it.
Sheeping the mage again.
Rogue's not. No, the bleed's gonna end on the rogue soon. Just go on the mage.
Okay. Deep in the rogue.
I blind him too. On
Fuck.
it. Dodge the mage. I'm gonna
Keeping him
full blind. We lose. I'm gonna blind. I mean, unless you can kill rogue. Just kill rogue. Just go for rogue.
Trying.
Repolyed. I'll smoke bomb on the mage here.
Keeping him half. Oh no, it's full.
I've been CC this whole time. I've been in polys. 1 poly is all it takes. Coming in, coming. Don't die, don't die. You killed rogue. Good. He mounted in a circle, restyle shouts and throated you.
Gonna get it? Probably not. I'm sapped.
Great.
I'm invis while sapped though.
I don't know what that even means.
I
I don't
know.
know if he sees you then. Nope, looks like you didn't.
Here's the mage. Here's the mage.
Grodium.
Got the rogue out.
Gonna blind the rogue as soon as it comes out right
Okay.
now.
Sheeping him. Got him.
There's a smoke bomb right here. You can just cast, free cast.
He's trying so hard. He's like. Well guys, that's basically my entire compilation of Mage Rogue mirror clips. I hope you enjoyed watching them, and I also hope you learned something about this matchup. Both teams will probably be doing the same strat, you just gotta do it better than them, basically. Anyway, thanks for watching as usual, and peace out.